Contrary to what my dad might say, I'd like to think I live a rather clean, neat, organized, and clutter-free life, both at home and in my portable ham radio escapades. Now, for the longest time, I've been using these, and I'm sure a lot of you have these. These are little Velcro straps you get at Home Depot. They're $5 or $10. You get like 100 of them. You get a roll of gray and a roll of black. And this is what I've been using to keep all of my cables, all my cords, USB, coax, antennas, everything organized. Well, that's all changed because these have an inherent problem being that they're made of Velcro. Well, they like to stick to things, and I don't really like that. So when I was at Huntsville Ham Fest, I got the privilege to hang out with Mike and Becky from Ham Radio Duo, and they introduced me to these. And this has changed my life. These are little rubber cable ties, and I am starting to put these on everything. I love them. I love them so much that I've already burned through the first pack, so I went and bought a second pack. They come in 20 pieces. They're like $8. They come in different colors. You can get them in different sizes. They're on Amazon. They're like stupid fast shipping, all that. So $8 for 20 of these. Now I'm $16 into this. But let me show you what these things do. So here's an electric cable for one of my portable power stations, and as you can see, I have the Velcro on this. Now I've gotten to putting the soft part of the Velcro on it so they don't stick to things, but you still got this kind of flappy thing in there and it bothers me. And yeah, they loop on the cable there and everything, but it's kind of outdated. These guys, these silicone jobbies, let me show you how they do. So you put, there's a little tab here, right? And then this little circle, you're just gonna stretch it around the cable and then onto that little dingus there, right? So now, when you're coiling up your cable, you just stretch it out and then that affixes to that little dingus there. And now you have a silicone cable tie, right? Great, so great for electrical cables. Here's a cable for one of my 12-volt coolers, just like that. I have them on my antennas. Here's the Just OK Mini, whole 20-meter antenna, counterpoise, radiating element, this thing, loading coil, just like that. Everything is all in one neat, compact little thing. And note, this is 26 gauge wire. You can wrap these on tiny, tiny, tiny little wire and still have them stay. They're just frickin' awesome. And when we're done with our antenna, we just wrap it up. Maybe get the little guy on there, and now that's done. So now it's on my Pactenna. Now for the Pactennas and antennas like this, I haven't wrapped it around any of the wire. Perhaps I should. But I can just, once I'm done winding up the wire, we just wrap it around here, stretch it out real good. And when you're doing this on camera, it's exponentially harder, but you get the idea. Come on, little buddy, you can do it. There we are. And now we have a happy little organized antenna, right? Perfect. And then here's a new prototype from the same makers of the dually antenna. This is a 4-to-1, and that's a 1-to-1. So Ribicoff dipole, how cool is that? And I got a lot of wire on here, and that's keeping it all organized. Here's my Xtenna that I keep with my FTX1F. Same idea, right? Beautiful. But wait, there's more. This is my Messi and Poloni Airborne 5 coax for my FTX. I've got one on each little connector there. And when you're done wrapping up your cable neatly using the over-under method, just like that. No more Velcro, so it doesn't stick to the inside of my bag. That's great. Here is my Messi and Poloni Potaflex 6 that I use. This is what I keep on my Gigaparts Explorer bag with my 7300. It's a bit thicker coax, but as you can see, it wraps around no problem. I even got it around all of this insulation. This little guy here had to stretch quite a bit, but it still works because it's silicone. It stretches, they say, up to like 10 times its length. So they're like 4 inches just regularly. but then you can stretch them to kingdom come, basically. So yeah, that is a little spiel on how to stay organized from Umoost. There's a bunch of different brands of these on Amazon, but these are the ones that I found and picked, and that's what you get. So I will leave an affiliate link to these in the description if you are so inclined to pick one of these up, and you can thank me in the comments. My name is Mike, K@MRD. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Tube. We'll see you next time, 73.